guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Roderic Martez, back again with another video. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel by hitting that big red subscribe button and turning on the post notifications so you're notified every single time I post a video. So today is Sunday, February 16th, and if you guys didn't know, February is Black History Month. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and start by singing the Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring.
Okay, I'm just playing. But it was a good idea, wasn't it? We weren't here to showcase my voice today. We're here to talk about some pet peeves and some rules that you just cannot break when you grow up black, okay? Okay. So, on February 11th, I basically made a post on my Instagram story telling people that my following posts were gonna be questions that I needed answers to. And those answers are what we're gonna populate this video with. So I've asked you guys, what are some pet peeves and some rules that you guys just could not break in the house with your black parents or else? So, let's get into this video. By the way, look at my case. My phone case is nice as fuck, okay? It says fucking Roddy. It says my name. I don't know if you guys can see it for real, but it's nice as fuck. And it's a mirror. It's literally so nice. But here's all the questions. First rule that you just could not motherfucking break is being a follower. I mean, my mom made it clear that she wasn't raising no weak-minded kids. I can definitely relate to that. Y'all all know my mom, so you all know how shit was laying when I was growing up. Literally, my mom's favorite line was,
So if all your friends want to jump off a bridge, are you gonna do it too?
you can never be a follower. Be a leader, not a follower. Be a leader, not a follower. Boy, you better be in the house before those street lights are on or else. So I never really had this because I was really sheltered growing up, and I mean, I lived in a really nice neighborhood and we didn't have any street lights, so that was really never it for me. But I get it, like that is definitely like the stereotypical like thing that is always in the black movies, like be home before the street lights come on. Yeah, I get it. Next one is don't hit girls, period. I think that that's more so like a rule that is across the board. I don't really think that that's just a black people rule. It's like more of like a chivalrous thing. Like a man has no business putting his hands on a woman because you just don't do that. Anybody who was raised right should know that, I think. Next, if you get into a fight and you lose, I'm gonna fight you when you get home. I definitely have experienced this. My granny told me that her sister got whooped when she came home because she lost the fight. I've only been in one fight and that was in the 6th grade and I won. So yeah, I mean, besides the time when I got jumped, I wouldn't even consider that a fight because it was unfair. But yeah, like, don't motherfucking lose a fight because at that point, you embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me. Next is don't bring friends into a dirty house. Oh yeah. Why are you bringing company over and the house is dirty? The dishes not washed, the bathroom not clean. It's just a mess. But I think that's also a universal rule too. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. Address all adults by Mr. and Mrs. whether or not they tell you to call them by their first names. So I see this a lot, and I want to make this clear that I'm not making a mockery of any other race's culture and how they do things with their kids or whatever. This is just, you know, a fun little video about the black community and some things that, you know, we find in common with each other. It was always a thing. I don't care if your mom told me that her name was Paula and that I can call her Paula. I was gonna call her Miss Paula because that's what my mom told me to do. Okay, I could never call a grown-up by their first name because that was seen as disrespectful. So I'm sorry, but you tell me that your name is Joe, Mr. Joe it is, okay? Not taking out the food to cook. So I know all of you guys have gotten in trouble once for forgetting to take out the chicken. When your fucking mom pulled up and you seen her pull up and you know that when you got home 2 hours ago, you were supposed to take out that chicken or that steak or the fish. So when she came in the house, she could immediately start cooking. I know you all got in trouble for it. Oh, here's a really good one too. Letting the good heat out of the house. I know that y'all grandparents, your mama, everybody was yelling at you for running in and out of the house. Nobody wanted to see you running in and out of the house because you're letting the heat out. Do you know how much heat costs? Do you know how much DTE, consumers energy, costs? That shit is expensive. And I know that y'all parents was yelling at you about it. I just know it. You're lying if you say they weren't. Sundays are for church, period. even if you went out the night prior, your ass better be in the car to get to church in that morning. I know people who have gone through this and people whose families are very religious, but that was just not my story. If I've ever talked about it on my channel, I'm not very religious at all. I didn't really have a religious upbringing. I didn't really grow up in the church. I have friends who did, and I understand that they're at church every single weekend, but my mom doesn't go to church every single weekend. So I mean, to be quite honest, I don't remember the last time my mom talked about going to church. And I think that the last time I even stepped foot in a church for a sermon was about a year or two ago. And nothing against it, I'm just really not that religious, and to be honest, I wouldn't really even classify myself as having a religion because that's not something that I put too much time or energy into thinking about, but that's neither here nor there. I think I talked about this one on my channel before, but my mom raised me to have an opinion, but never to have an opinion when I was talking to her. My friend Logan says, not being able to voice my opinion, it was always considered as getting smart. See, here's my thing. Black parents always want to raise their children to be strong and independent, but when they become strong and independent and able to voice their opinions, they don't want to hear it anymore because we're too smart now. We can't tell you about yourself. You raised me and gave me the tools to be able to decipher when somebody is wrong, but now I can't tell you that what you're saying is complete bullshit. No offense to anybody's parents, but y'all be tripping sometimes, and your kids just gotta tell you, because we see so much hypocrisy, and then when we want to point it out, it's a motherfucking problem. I just don't get it. Oh, definitely this one. You can't answer what when called or addressed, only yes and or yes ma'am. I definitely feel that. And another thing that I hate is, so my mom would always call my name and I would say yes, yes. She would literally be like,
you have to come here. You have to come here. When I call you, get up. If I don't answer, get up and come and see what I want.
I think that is the dumbest thing. If I say yes, you yelled my name so you can yell what you wanted to say. I just think it's really ridiculous and inconsiderate for me to have to get up out of whatever I was doing to come and see what you want. You called my name and yelled my name, you should be able to yell what you wanted to say too. Or, since it's the 21st century, you should be able to type it in your phone. Since you know how to text message and instant message and all of that, you should be able to text me what you wanted to say. If my mom is watching this, oh well. That's how I feel. Love you. Next one is touching the thermostat. I just talked about it. DTE and consumers' energy is expensive. Don't touch my fucking thermostat if you don't have any coins to contribute to the bill. And that's just, oh, this one really pissed me off. You can't say lie, liar, or lying. Since when did lying become a bad word?
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Is it a bad word because when I say it, I'm usually talking about something you said? Oh, now you're calling me a liar? Yes, you didn't say that. That's not how it happened. Next is, don't put nobody's purse on the floor. I know all too well about this. My mom has so many damn purses. I think I said this on one of my videos before. I grew up very, very, how do you say, wealthy, because of what my father did, allegedly. And my mom had a lot of designer bags, so she would always tell me to go and get her purses, and if I put them on the floor, she would become very offended.
No.
I would probably get smacked, beat, choked. You know, I turned out fine though. But yeah, don't put a woman's purse on the floor, especially if it's designer. And because of the way that I grew up and the way that I've watched my mom handle her valuables and her purses and her bags, when I see women put their purses on the floor, it really disgusts me, because I could not be with you. Now my mom has set this standard in my head about designer bags and, you know, the care that you should take of them. If you're a woman and you have a nice designer bag that you paid this much money for and put it on the floor, I just can't look at you the same. I'm sorry, I can't. This next one says, if you don't go to school, no extracurricular activities. So I think this is another one that's all around the board. If I didn't go to school that day, I couldn't go to whatever practice I wanted to go to after school. So, for example, I was on a swim team in high school. I was a senior and I chose to skip the day. So I went to my swim meet after. They saw me on the tapes and my score got disqualified. So, you know, if you didn't go to school, why are you coming to the extracurricular activity? But yeah, I think that's all around. I don't think that's like a black thing. Leaving the lights on or the TV on when you're not in the room. Like I said, the damn DTE bill and consumers' energy is a lot. Turn my fucking lights off. That's how I be looking at my dog. She always doing some shit when I'm not around, or when she leaving her toys all around the room. Bitch, if you're not gonna clean up after yourself, what the fuck are you doing? My mom used to cuss me out when I would drag my feet across the floor. Well, I would cuss you out too. That just don't sound nice, and I hate when people drag their feet. Like, you're a grown up. Walk right. You started walking when you were 2 years old. Hopefully. At least by 2 years old. Why are you still dragging your feet? Is your body heavy? Get it together. Okay guys, so I think that that's really it. I just wanted to make you laugh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys all know my social media. Make sure you guys follow me. Everything is at RODERICMARTEZ. So, with all of that being said, peace be unto you.